Alrighty. What a Monday it is.
Yeah, it's raining over here.
It's Monday, and if Haunted Mississippi, if you're in the chat, now I gave you the to jump on link during our other chat. So if you see it, just click on it. If not, give me a wave in the chat, and then I'll just put it in there. And sometimes I don't like putting invites in the chat because sometimes anybody will just try to jump on when you have a certain subject you want to talk about. So, man, what a weekend, right? Well, what nothing's
Crazy.
going on in this world. Nothing's going on in this
Nothing's
America.
happening.
Nothing's happening. Everything's being bored. Everything is wow, it's just crazy. Actually, last night, Charlie was doing a show on his channel, and he actually put the invite.
Who's Charlie?
Chat, and I jumped on.
Who's Charlie?
From 4BZ Truth.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah,
Tell us about.
He was our guest. We talk about near death experience.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. I don't know. All I know is their CB handles. Nobody uses their name, and so I'm I'm like, who? So and so. Tongue Quiver. Who the fuck is Tongue Quiver? Tongue Quiver 55. Who the fuck is Tongue Quiver 55? I don't know these people. But once you say I get their names memorized and I know who they are.
I mean, so far, Charlie went and say hi. We got Scott Martin so far. We got Ben in. Looks like Robert Alley.
Nice.
So people are slowly coming in.
I'm sending you the What the Fuck News, so it should be coming here in about 2 minutes.
And what we'll do is let me just get something up here, and
we got some interesting news, Eric. It's interesting. It's new.
Oh yeah, fresh. I mean that's what it is, right? That's the trick, And I mean, right now, my God, I mean everybody has to almost like watch out what you say now. I seen more channels getting suspended, more channels this. It's almost like you got to be careful because the computer rhythm, whatever you want to call it, is picking up certain words like, oh my God, you said something with the letter.
Yeah.
There's one letter in there, boom, but gone. It's just so crazy.
Sometimes, man, it's selective because like our buddy Joey, he made that video and it's still up. I mean, it's up. They're just being selective. I don't go along with the narrative that everybody's getting. No, it's picking people. It's just picking people in general. Yeah. So
I mean, we're not that kind of we're not a conspiracy theory channel.
Yeah.
I can I'm not saying care less. I'm more of a because right now, before we even understand exactly what the information is coming out. I mean, everybody is just putting out guess and lies, right? They're just drop the link. I'll come and say hi and go. Oh, he's one of our longtime followers. He wants to say hi, huh? Yeah. He's one of our longtime followers. He's not a person that's gonna wear a cat suit. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he is a person that wears a cat suit. I don't know.
It'd be cool if he did, though.
I don't know. But he's a good guy. Here's the link if he wants to jump in real quick, say hi. We'll play Grandpa's World, just so more people coming in because I found a couple articles. Here we go. Look at that beard! Holy shit!
Oh, that's real, man. That's the real beard. That's a real beard. Oh my God, you kicked my ass. You won the beard contest. What is that? That's bad.
I guess we really are ZZ Top. Huh?
Oh, check that out. Nice, man. Nice.
Well, Dr. Wu, there's a question from the chat already.
What's that?
Have you ever had a hysterical psychedelic comedy dream? I just woke up from that.
Oh yeah. Yes, many of them. I guess from 2016 to present. Absolutely, man. I get them all the fucking time. I get the wackiest, wacky dreams, man. Like, I guess, I don't know. I don't watch much television. I watch certain things. I read a lot of stuff, but it don't match up to what I'm dreaming. Correct. Yes, sir, I am. I believe most people are. That's like this. Look at this.
Beard convention. Well, I don't exactly have. I don't know if I can qualify as a beard with you guys.
Check that fucking thing out, man. Now we know what it looks like. Yeah, people don't know it's hard to do. They're hard. It's a discipline. It's like people say, "What's a beard like?" Will you ever own a bonsai tree? Because it requires the same fucking attention as a bonsai tree. You want a hobby? Grow a beard.
You know what? You're right. We bought a bonsai tree. Costco's actually selling bonsai tree, and in 3 months it died.
Yeah, you got to take care of a bonsai. Well, you know, people don't know this, but samurai had multiple martial arts skills, and one of them is flower arrangements, obviously, and they all had bonsai trees. People didn't know that. They literally took hours and hours to fucking just clip one thing. It's like a beard, man. You really got to work hard at it as a man. And you got to get through that first 3 months of hell, and then you got 5 months of hell. Then once you get that one, it's hay and itchy. Then you get past that one, like maybe 6 months. Sometimes people get lucky for 6 months. Then it softens down like a kitty cat. You're like, oh God, finally.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's soft.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it lays down, and then you're just starting your beard, but you can tolerate it. And also, it makes your facts, guys. Anthropology, University of Washington. It actually raises. They found it raises testosterone. Yes, it does raise testosterone. Also, it oils your face, so your face doesn't dry up. Face is always soft and oily because you use oils. You always smell good in the room. You smell like that when you're in a car and someone's got that little tree hanging in there that smell. If you use like woodland scents and smells, you smell like that. You could go in a room where everyone stinks and you smell it up like fresh wild woods in there, and everyone's like, "Oh,
now do both of you do what Robert Alley just says here?
What's that?
You can always hide your weed.
Yes,
in a beard.
Yes. As you can see here, I'm in a foreign country where you got, actually, I don't want to give this away though, but I have this, I always wear a bandana around my neck and I double tie it like a cowboy. I hide things in here sometimes.
Birds.
You can take a little bit of weed and roll it up like a St. Bernard dog with a whiskey barrel, and you put it in there like this, and you can go anywhere. Weed under your beard.
Now, Scott says he's never been able to grow a beard.
Most people say they can't until they do it because you're going to come in mismatched. One side's going to be thicker than the other. Again, that's why we call it the 3-month nightmare.
You got to keep going. Yeah, Bob's on the money. You got to just push. I'm super expert in eating with this thing too, which is great. That's a whole nother training. I'm like ace in the hole. A master's degree in eating. Because this thing, wow, yeah, ice cream cone. You think I can eat an ice cream cone? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's like when people get I love chicken wings with the multiple different sauces. I had to give up some of the sauces and switch over to dry rubs. You know, I had to give up a little bit of some of the sauces. I can still eat, but I went over to dry rubs, so it's not so saucy. You know, the beard conversation for a little bit. Yes,
I've been wanting to talk with you guys forever. I wanted you guys to know I was real. I'm just like you guys. I'm right, and when I found you, wow, way back. I was never signed on to YouTube, but you guys awesome. 10,000. Let's get there. Come on, let's go. 10,000.
20 more. That's what they're giving us. Eric will probably tomorrow. It'll be they give us chunks. YouTube will give us chunks at a time.
And let me ask this. Somebody wrote from the Facebook, are you guys aware there's no sound? people from the chat, Tom Murr, Robert Alley, Scott, can you guys hear us?
I've got audio.
I can hear you guys just fine. I'm wondering, is it just the connection with Facebook on this?
I'm looking.
I don't know. I could hear. I heard him just fine. Eric, I can hear you fine.
I can hear you guys fine.
I think we know her, by the way.
Yeah, Rhonda. Yeah.
Yeah, we know her. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be just the audio connection with Facebook. I mean, of course, if that is, I don't know how to fix that. As
an anthropologist, guys, this gal invited us to my first Wiccan wedding. We'll go further than that, but
you can hear us now.
Wiccan wedding, it was really freaking cool. It was beautiful.
Well, since it's 3 of us, what we're going to do is I'm going to play a 2-minute video from Grandpa's World. Yeah. We'll hear what he says, and then we'll give our opinions on it, because this one's called Dalton. Aliens saved his life.
Hey, Eric, can I say thank you guys for having me?
No problem.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for representing.
Amazing. Thank you. I can feel my heart. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah. I appreciate it.
A real fan. That looks like a real fan.
He must join the band.
Yeah, he don't look CIA to us, so he's okay.
Bob, how do you know he's not CIA?
There's no shield in that man. There's no shield. He could
be through it to become CIA.
No, I think he's more of a Big Lebowski fan than a CIA. But then again, he could have been a Big Lebowski fan while he was in the CIA, and he prepped himself because he looked that way. They could let him continue. He got what I call a no-shave chit. We always carry one. He probably got. So I have mine. Yeah, I have mine. It's a no-shave chit from the United States military, so we could grow. He's probably got the same shit in his pocket. He's probably government.
Well, let's go play the theme, and we'll go into the video.
All right.
All right. Like I said, this one is called Alien Saved His Life.
No.
So we got to find out how an alien saved a human's life. That's awesome. If you got an alien to save your life, I mean, that's pretty cool. Most other humans that you call your friends won't even save your life. They'll let you sit there and die. So let's find out how an alien will save your life from the Grateful Dead right here. Oh, hold on. I remember, Bob, I got to change my audio or we're really not going to be able to hear him. So that's right. I don't know why I got to do this now. Something has changed where if I don't take this audio off, you won't be able to hear this video. So weird. I don't know what happened.
Program's changed, dude.
Program Grandpa today we're going to talk about Dalton. Dalton was going home early one morning. It was about 2 a.m. in the morning when he fell asleep at the wheel. He woke up just in time to feel the van lift up into the air and miss a semi-truck. The van was set gently down onto the road. Horrified that he fell asleep like that, he turned onto the dirt road. He calmed down, stepped out of the van, and then he just kind of sat there for a minute and got back in, stared out his windshield.
Hold on. I have to press pause for a second. Is that blue alien CGI in there? Because the rest of the video looks a little bit fuzzy, except that blue little alien.
Yeah, I've noticed the little alien is perfectly clear.
What is that? So he's mixing CGI with normal? Whoa.
Watch. When I press play, watch how the bricks kind of like look like smoke, like move a little bit, and watch how clear this little alien is.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewind you a little bit, so I'm sorry if you guys, I messed up your story. But hold on, here we go.
Got back in, windshield, saw a ship with aliens loading sacks into it. Floating above his van was a one-man UFO, guess small, with a lens that kept going in and out. He got the sense that aliens was mad at him. In front of him, there was 6 thin aliens standing in front of his van. They were wearing these beautifully shiny silver jumpsuits and helmets painted so indescribably pretty with colors.
Yes, it is CGI because when he moves his head to the left, his hat goes behind the alien.
It's got to be CGI.
I think he's definitely government. He's got to be CIA.
Got to be government because he didn't know how to
be government.
Remember we went on our show? He didn't even know how to get on our show. So
yeah, the background's fake the entire time. We knew it.
Yeah, he's working. Let's hear what he says.
You ever seen before?
Definitely an agent.
Yeah.
World, so to say. There was a vehicle to the side of him with 9 headlights and tail lights. It didn't hurt his eyes, but he liked looking at the lights. He glanced at the highway behind him, and when he looked back, everything was gone except for this very tall lizard-looking type alien that had the longest tail he'd ever seen. And then Dalton woke up at home with full memory of what had happened except for how he got home. As Dalton was telling me the story, I could see how terrified he was of what really had happened to him. And, well, that's it for Grandpa's World today. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
One of these days, we're going to have to watch this video that he has on the top right. Says 10-foot tall aliens wearing a suit made of glass. That's badass if you could wear a suit of glass. What is this? You read that?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So, but
it's only a minute. You want to hear how?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I want to hear that one.
Yeah, it's only a minute. This one's
the
only
alien's gone.
Hi, welcome to Grandpa's World. I'm Grandpa. Today we're going to talk about Homer.
Man, what is that with the alien? Yeah. How did he CGI?
Metal uniform. Looks as smooth as glass.
He's got
a coming out of the top of his head.
He's got people working with him too.
He watched as a spaceship landed.
Maybe a daughter or something.
He was looking out the kitchen window, and he stood there. It seemed like forever. He was shocked, and everything seemed so surreal. He watched an alien float out of it. He couldn't blink. He couldn't even move. And suddenly everything disappeared. Well, Homer called the police, and soon the word got about town what Homer had seen. But all it got him was ridicule. And he was mocked. His house caught on fire. His wife divorced him. A year later, he lost his job. The town never forgot what he said, and he regretted saying anything at all for the rest of his life.
Wow.
That's it for Grandpa's World today.
But you know what, Brad?
That sucks.
Hold on. Let me change my audio back to my thing. You know what? That's the problem about if you want to tell the truth. You know, you want to tell people what you saw or not. You know, to get criticized, and people look down on you if you say anything that's not in the world of Mary Poppins. You know, if you see a light, if you saw this, they think you're crazy, you're losing it, or you have cancer.
I don't think there's anyone more banned on YouTube than me right now. Like everyone, not even close.
Wow.
I'm everywhere for freedom of speech. Just trying to speak, and I would never ever do anything to take down your show or anything like that. But my bros are my bros. Gypsy, I've been with you guys from the beginning. But I there are plenty of shills on YouTube, plenty of them, plenty of bad ones. But you guys deserve everything you got coming. Good. There are people who paid for bots and paid to have subscribers, and you guys have been trucking. And I watched. I've been here the whole time.
It's been a rough haul.
I know. I remember when you were staying with Eric.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back and forth. Oh yeah. Eventually, I'll be back in the States again for a short time. Then I'll be back over in Europe.
I love this guy's name, Chi Bad Kitty 420.
Aliens.
That's my girl.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You got fans of your own, man. There we go. You got your own fan club coming.
I gave her the live link. She's gonna hopefully she sends it to a bunch of people. She's pretty good with Facebook and Google and all whatever, all that stuff. Twitter. I'm not, but she is. So
tell her 20 more. We need 20 more by the end of this show. Damn it. 20 more. We're 10.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me see. What's technically? Let's see. No way. How did that happen?
What?
No way. Dude, before I'm not lying here. Before the show started, was at 9,988, 12 less. I just checked right now. Somehow we're at 10,110.
Oh,
how do you
did it?
I look right before this show started. How the hell you go from 12? I mean, listen, I was hoping to maybe get 3 or 4 more during the show, but 110?
Oh, I told you they come in little squirts.
Dude, that's crazy.
We made 10,000, man. Congratulations.
But Bob, there is something going on.
Look at him jumping in the back.
There is something going on because I know views are not everything. I know that, you know. Yes. But here, this video right here we did up, the one that's called 4 Matrix 4 have hints. This one was above 1,700. So what I'm saying is, how do you have a video that's actually over 1,700, and then a week later it drops back down to 1,600? What happens? What happens to those views?
Yeah, I don't know. Algorithm.
I don't know either. That's weird.
The troll, the fairy, I call it the view fairy does it. Who knows? I've stopped caring a long time ago. All I care about is we made the 10,000 mark and we're done. It's like we're on top of the freaking hill, man. It's like, take a breath. Well, we're on top of the hill.
I guess we could give up, right? We could end everything now.
We could end it. We could do a Seinfeld right now. Seinfeld right on top. Seinfeld it away.
We got a couple more people that came in. Carla Webster, who's awesome. You know, she came through us through Black Sheep Researcher. So, you know, that's what's awesome about having really good friends, you know, out there. That's what's nice.
That's my buddy. Carla's my buddy. I'm glad she could see me.
Cameron Andrews, welcome. Wow, man. I feel 10,000 on me. It feels good. It feels it. Feeling it. I feel 10,000 love right now. Loving me. It's like 10,000 babies' hands. Everywhere.
Well, Bob, have you sent your WTF?
Oh, yeah. It should be there. Is it there?
Oh, here it is. Just came in.
Yes.
Here's a WTF. So, guys, this is what we're going to do. Now, I do want to apologize. I don't know what happened to our assigned guest for today. You know, life happens, right? Life happens. We had a guest named Haunted Mississippi, but, you know, shit happens. Life happens. You know, but the show must go on, right?
Yeah.
You know, if Haunted comes in a little bit later, you know, I'll give him the invite to jump on. But
this is a code for the Russians.
But Wednesday, the show on Wednesday is going to be about Bigfoot. We got a Bigfoot community coming on. Hopefully they're here. And that's what like Ben N was saying, you know, with stuff that happens in life, once you start on the path of not doing your shows, basically what they're supposed to be about, that's when I feel like you're getting in trouble. That's where I feel like you're just jumping on a bandwagon just because that's the popular thing. Listen, we could do a show all day today on what happened on Wednesday. But you know what, Bob, you said it yourself. We want to be the channel that for people to get away from, to you know,
take a little break.
Stuff is so heavy that's going on out there. You know, this is the channel to take a break, relax, smoke a weed, have a beer, grow a beard.
Grow a beard.
Oh, not that one.
Take your shoes off.
Let me get Bob's what the fuck, and then we'll do my articles that I have on about ghosts in Mississippi. So let me get this ready.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me share screen. I'm very professional today. It's a Monday. So there we go.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, I like to do my everyday science for the regular guy. Just the regular guy's version of science.
Here we go. Let me go here first. Right. Here we go.
Welcome to What the Fuck News. All right.
All right, here we go. Let me.
Your audio's okay this time?
It should be. Let me know if you hear it.
My name is Robert Wood.
Can you hear it?
Welcome to What the Fuck News. This is What the Fuck News because it's always changing, always weird. Everything and anything you ever heard from me about dark matter is now probably wrong, based off the new scientific theories of international teams of physics. It turns out that Newton was wrong, and so is Einstein. That black matter, or black whatever matter, is no longer real. That's right, it's a miscalculation. In fact, that is the actual word. It's a mathematical calculation, which means dark matter is now going out the window, no longer going to be used. Now, that's a big what the fuck news on both ends. I always had a whatever. It turns out that each whatever is out there, universe, black holes, nebulas, whatever is floating out there, it creates its own gravity, which causes kind of a mixed tidal pool out there in the middle of the whatever space-spheres. Just kind of like how the ocean does its own little tide pools. It's warm here, gravity there, push here, shove there. It's the same thing in space, it turns out, with the physicists. So dark matter is now a thing of the past. It's just weird for me that all of a sudden dark matter is no longer valuable. And I think even pretty soon old Dr. Bukaki himself, the famous physicist, will throw out the concept of black matter. So it's just unusual that all of a sudden black matter is not relevant when it was so fucking prevalent in everything. It answered every mathematical question, but now it doesn't. So that's all I got to say today for What the Fuck News. You keep your eyes to the stars and keep your eyes down to the ground and keep your eyes, well, hell, whenever something moves nicely, I always do. But anyway, don't think of black matter no more. You couldn't see it anyway. And hell, now you don't have to worry about it because it don't exist, according to physicists. You have a wonderful day.
Very good. All right.
Woo! Black matter.
Well, dark matter. Apparently now, all these now come on. Now we've been shoved down our goddamn gullets. We can't we trip over dark matter conversations with physicists. Again, people, I'm just making this as simple as I can. I'm an idiot, so I'll make an idiot version. So now when they look up, they're like, it's not dark matter anymore. I'm like, I thought you guys were shoving it in our fucking face. Now there's no dark matter? What? Now what is it? Is it this? Is it not dark matter up there? What is even up there? Every fucking time I look at science now, guys, it's changing. I don't know what camp people are. They're flat Earth, round Earth, Mandela effects, quantum effect, whatever. All I know is science just keeps changing every day, just as much as anything else that people call out that has a change or don't have a change or whatever conversation is. It keeps changing. So now they're throwing out dark matter, and I'm like, that's what the fuck is.
How's my audio? Do I sound choppy?
Oh no, you sound good. We got you.
Coming back? Can you guys?
Yeah, I can hear you clear as day.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the thing is we can debate whether it's flat or it's round or whatever all day long, right? You know, until the truth comes out, until we actually know, you know, there's nothing anybody can say. So we can debate all day long, but you know, until that truth comes out, that's it. You know, visually it looks flat, right? You know,
yeah,
Masons. Level, everything. I know all about all of that. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the thing is they're still holding to it, and they keep putting up videos like they're in outer space, and that's crazy. That's great. Everybody realizes this is ridiculous.
Yeah, we don't know anymore. It's to me. I don't know if everybody remembers Snuffleupagus on Sesame Street. It was the big woolly mammoth that only Big Bird could see. So it's Snuffleupagus. It's like this the invisible elephant in the room, and everyone's having a debate about the invisible elephant, and they all have an idea what it looks like, and we're arguing about its color and its look. I'm like, do you really see the invisible elephant? I mean, that's all like really. It's there, right? Well, yeah, it's there, but you don't actually see it. So why are we arguing about something you don't see?
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, I'm stopped.
You're right. It's none of it's worth arguing.
We're fighting over the elephant in the room. What elephant? The one right there. I don't see an elephant.
Let's have some fun. Everyone's been debating all this crazy stuff for like the last 5-6 years. I've been right in there with all the flat earthers, all of it. And you know what? You got to have fun. You got to remember people are forgetting to be a human. And that's what it's about.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Human being.
You know, listen, there's no secret. I believe the earth is round. That's me. I believe the earth is round, right? And I always believe that you're going to find science that says, hey, it is round. Or you're going to find science that says, no, it's flat. You can find science that will work for you. Yeah. But I think what your guys are saying is I've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot more with flat earthers versus round earthers, that if somebody tells a flat earther that the earth is round, they don't discuss it happily with you. They're like, no, you're fucking wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a moron. And it's like weird, dude. Like, dude,
we were just friends like a minute ago.
I respect that you think it's flat. That's great. I'm not bashing it.
Yeah, it's the elephant.
But I see a lot of people that once you say something that's different, they go after you. And what's so weird is, this is the weirdest part. Every community that we're involved with, paranormal, Matrix, Mandela effects, whatever, even conspiracy theory, you even want to say that. Whatever community we're involved with, you're supposed to be the most open-minded group. Out of all the groups out there, you're supposed to be the most open-minded, right? Not the Mary Poppins, not the everyday person that just does what they're supposed to do in life. You go to work, boom, here, They're the ones who are open-minded. Us in the community that was supposed to have open minds about aliens. Are the aliens real? Are spaceships real? Are Bigfoot real? And we're not. I even see people in the Bigfoot communities like, there's no Bigfoot. Well, you don't know. You haven't gone out the mountains. You haven't. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be the most open-minded groups, but we're not.
I'll tell you, I have made fun of some of the Bigfoot people, but I will say this also. I have seen some weird shit in the woods. Really weird. And I've seen a gigantic, almost person-like tree in the woods. Yeah. So, Bigfoot for sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
I won't count it out, but
everything's on the table. I put everything on the table until I can take it off now. I did put it on the table so I can take it off. So much weird stuff, especially with the simulation theories coming. I'm like, wow, it could be a rectangle at this point. Anything and everything. There's Scooby-Doo.
Well, somebody wrote in the chat, where is Scooby-Doo? So there you go. There's Scooby-Doo right here.
There he is.
Somebody wanted him with us.
The handsome devil that he is. What's the Mandela effect?
Think about Scooby-Doo, right? Now, Scrabby, right? Scrabby, in my opinion, is the original grunge guy. Look at him. This is the original grunge right here.
Oh, Shaggy.
Shaggy is the original grunge. And Bob, when was Scooby-Doo? When was the first year that Scooby-Doo came out?
Oh, 60 or late 50s, right? Late 50s, 55, late 50s.
When did
60s? Well, I know it's got to be 60s for sure. I got to be 60s because they were groovy and he was a hippie.
1969.
69. Okay. Yeah, there were all 60s music and groovy and then he had a Adam's apple and he used to have a little bit of hair off his Adam's apple. It's missing.
Oh yeah.
Shaggy's Adam's apple's missing. It's always been a gulp. He used to go gulp and it go up and down.
Well,
or he'd be eating his Scooby snacks. The dude ate dog food, man, and he was excited about it. So I always wondered what the hell's a Scooby snack. But yeah. He had his little boink, and it's gone. He has no Adam's apple anymore.
That's true, dude. Wow.
Look, hey, go back up to Shaggy.
Right here. No, look at this. I found one of
his
the
Adam's
episode
apple?
pictures. There's no Adam apple.
What the hell?
Right? There's no Adam's apple. You remember when he ate? The dude ate like 50% of the show.
Okay, now Brian Stapley, you might have me. I might be Mandela. Man, you might have me, buddy. I've fought against you so hard, but you might have me with the Scooby Jam.
Yeah, Shaggy had an Adam's apple for.
Yes, he did. I used to.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You fought against not the idea of the medallion. You fought that he steals everybody else's and calls it his own, and thinks he's the messiah of all Mandela effects. He thinks he's the king of the community, which is not true. That's what we fight. But going back to Scooby Doo, but you're right. I'm trying to find any.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing. You're right. There is no Adam
and Daphne's got larger breasticles. She's look
at that right there.
Yeah, they made her very large. She's got larger breasticles. So they made her voluptuous. Shaggy lost his Adam's apple, and I think Fred, his scarf changed color, if I remember right.
You're right. It's orange.
Now, again, guys, they made a whole new series of cartoons much later after the.
Yeah, but Bob, but look, this is the 1969 his right here.
Yeah, his scarf changed color.
Her hair looks very orange.
Yes, she was a redhead. Now she's an orange head. Mostly, a lot of colors changed, though. A lot of colors change.
But now,
I didn't know we were going to go in this direction.
Now, Bob, let me ask you this: hypothetically,
that looks like Trump's hair.
But hypothetically, if these changes happen to Scooby Doo, what is that telling us? I mean, is there what kind of code would you look for in Scooby Doo to say why change this cartoon? Primlin wrote, right. Shaggy had the Adam's apple in every episode during the 70s. And him and Scooby would eat the huge stack of submarine sandwiches, and Thelma wasn't called Velma. What is this? Scooby has balls now? What? Is that a joke? Is it?
I don't know. Who would know anymore? Maybe he does. Well, there's an Adam's apple. The Adam there. Well, I mean, if you're into the biblical thing with all the changes and stuff, well, that Adam's apple, the apple and Adam. That's all I could think of for the Shaggy thing, because the name Adam is there. But yeah, his spots changed. He didn't have those spots in his armpit, the extra spots. He's got extra. Why are we turning it into this kind of show? But what the hell? Extra spots, or his spots are incorrect on him. Yeah. Other than that, he didn't have much change, and his chin is a little different. For me, again, I remember I've got a memory problem, so that's why I could remember things, because I have a problem. That's probably. I only remember 10% of my day, but I remember things on a long-term thing, so that's why I could always see it and go, oh, right off the bat, I can tell you exactly what's wrong with that. Yeah, he didn't have no armpit spots. You see the armpit spot? You guys remember him raising his arms hundreds of times during the cartoon? You ever see any spots in his armpit? You see it right there. There are no spots in his armpit that I ever remember.
Is Scrappy Doo completely gone now in this reality?
Yeah, Scrappy. Where's Scrappy at? Scrappy's a little Scrappy.
No, Scrappy was he was in the movies too. Remember, the movies had Scrappy was the evil guy in the first Scooby Doo movie. Let me type Scrappy.
Scrappy Doo.
If he disappears and he doesn't exist, then I'm in.
Oh,
I absolutely know Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, I know Scrappy Doo.
Okay, hold on. I was spelling Scrappy wrong, believe it or not. My fault. Now here's Scrappy.
There's Scrappy. Yeah, this stout little fucker. Yeah.
All right. If he goes, if all of a sudden we wake up tomorrow and Scrappy Doo doesn't exist,
You're gonna freak out. There's no way this Matrix or whatever you want to call it, or universe or God's land
of disappearing, because
you cannot get rid of Scrappy. There's just no way. They might change him a little bit, but he ain't gonna get rid of Scrappy. He's too much part of the show. That'd be too much of a shocker for everybody.
Shaggy and Scooby ate the tall sandwiches, and they would gulp a lot. Yeah, they had sandwiches like up to here, and then they would squeeze it down and open up their big mouths and swallow it.
Well, they were stoners. They're always stoned in the van. That's the whole idea of the idea. They were stoners. They got high in the van.
There was always that reference. Always.
So, Scrappy came in along 1984 or something. I never watched it.
Yeah, he came in much later in the 80s. It was a whole 80s series when they come out with kids. Like all the kids.
When ratings drop, they got to add a little spice to shows. They usually add a kid or a small animal or something that's
that's when even Arnold Schwarzenegger played like Kindergarten Cop much later. Any struggling artist, they put him in a movie with a kid, and then
it's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Not a tumor.
Very.
But yeah, so there's our Mandela's, or what we want to call them. I call them the continuity. For people who don't, you saw continuity errors. That means you've seen something different than what you normally remember watching. So you got to go back and scratch your head. That's how I always put things. I don't use camps or anything. I just have a continuity error. I remember Scrappy, or I remember Shaggy having an Adam's apple, and it had like a little bit of a kink to his neck, like a little kink. I'm like,
yeah.
That's weird. Kink to his neck with a little bit of hair. He had a little bit of hair coming off his Adam's apple.
Now this dog pissing on this trash can in my thumbnail has balls. Pissing on that little trash can right there. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I see that, Eric.
Were you going to talk about ghosts? Yes, of course we're going to talk about ghosts. Man.
Yeah, our guest did not make it.
I was just waiting long enough just to see if he shows up, but the guest is from Mississippi, and so what I did was I was researching stories that's supposed to be, that's from Mississippi, and there's a couple of neat things. There's I got like the top 10 hauntings in Mississippi, but here was an article that I found in Mississippi. It's called "Ghost Hunters Find Woman's Body at a Haunted Hospital."
What?
So if you look, that thumbnail that I have is that's a real hospital. That thumbnail that I put out for this show. Yes, I might added little I added some creatures, ghosts, and little matrix windows.
Yeah.
But that picture, that thumbnail is the real hospital where apparently a team of ghost hunters found the body of a missing woman.
Because my audio is, I'm going to come back. If you.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. So a team of ghost hunters found the body of a missing woman on Sunday as they explored the old Coon Memorial State Hospital in Vicksburg, a site known to be one of Mississippi's most haunted. So my thumbnail was a real place. I just added a little pizzazz to it, I guess you could say, Bob. A little pizzazz.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
So that picture is a real hospital, okay? Now, it says Vicksburg Police Chief Walter Armstrong said Sharon Wilson, 69, appeared to have a trauma to the head. Witnesses said her body was found outside Coon Hospital, but blood trails indicated she had been inside. So 2 men, Akeem McLeod and Raphael McLeod, have been taken into custody, but Armstrong said they have not been charged yet. Now,
wait, so the ghost hunters were taken into custody?
Yeah.
Oh,
Warren County Sheriff said officers were alerted at the body when a group of people came to the sheriff's office. Sergeant Jason Bellis was working on a shift, reports, and talked with the group that told him that they had been at Coon Hospital. They told Bells they probably weren't supposed to be out there, but they had found the body and wanted to report it because remember, those abandoned buildings are off limits. Okay, so if you're if you're a ghost hunter, you're a Bigfoot hunter. I mean, come on, everybody goes to areas that technically you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
not to do harm.
You used to be able to do that, but not anymore. Since they're making money off the ghost hunts, number one. And number two, they don't want people for insurance reasons, since the insurance companies are assholes, getting hurt out there. Then they're responsible for all that stuff. They talk about when a thief, there's stories about a thief breaking into a house and then the owner chasing the thief out of the house and they fall into the pool. And they almost drown in the pool, and then they rescue him from the pool, and they've got like a broken leg or hit, and then they try to sue the homeowner.
Yeah, and this is what I wanted to talk to our guests, because since they were from Mississippi, I wanted to hear what happened with the story. So I don't know what the real true ending of the story is, because our guests couldn't show up today. It says, here we go. See, there's a picture of the drag marks.
Yeah, but how old was the allegedly dead head?
According to the article, the woman that was missing, hold on, let me go back here a second. She was 69.
Oh, okay. Obviously, somebody whacked her.
Wilson was seen last around 9 p.m. Saturday night by a couple who visited her home. She was reported missing around noon on Sunday. So
somebody removed her head. They took her head off.
Well, let's go back to the picture. So these are the cops investigating at this hospital. Police on the scene, and then state hospital where Sharon Wilson, 69, was found dead after being reported missing on Sunday. Drag marks on the crime scene at Coon Memorial State Hospital. So she was dragged, and you can see the marks. These are real pictures too. These aren't fake. So here, let me do this. Let me see if I make this a little bigger. Can you see it better? If I make okay, that's a little better. So we'll go to the next picture. The area where the body of Sharon Wilson, 69, was found outside of Memorial Hospital. So they found the body outside, but she was dragged from inside. So look at this right here.
Oh, good.
Stairway at Coon Memorial State Hospital. So they dragged her body down the stairs. So they must have
decapitated the gal up inside the building, and then dragged her body out. What the hell?
Yeah. The hospital was beginning in 1832. It was used for a variety of purposes until budget issue forced its closure in 1989. So 1989, this hospital that's in my thumbnail closed down in 1989. Here we go. Investigators look for any activity on an electronic EMF meter during a paranormal investigation at the abandoned hospital. So a group of investigators went to, trying to find ghosts, trying to find sounds, which that's what paranormal people do.
Yeah.
Miss Sanders listened for unusual sounds during a paranormal investigation at an abandoned Coon Hospital in Pittsburgh. Okay. Now, of course, this is just a picture of inside the hospital, what it looks like. While the structure seems sound, the interior of the abandoned state hospital has seen better days. Well, yeah. I mean, once a building is abandoned, it just fully falls apart. Now, there's 4 more pictures. A view through a window at night in a fall ghost hunt in Coon Memorial State Hospital. Okay, so that's nothing there. That's just looking through a window. A piece of equipment detects paranormal activity during a fall ghost hunt, featured in the Clarence Leader's Haunted Mississippi series. So I guess there was a series, and this was, ghost hunting there. I mean, if you find a dead body there, I mean, it's gonna be extra popular, right? It's gonna,
yeah.
A piece of equipment detects paranormal activity during a fall ghost hunt feature. I mean, well, first of all, it was an abandoned hospital, right? I mean, now I don't know if they're saying that this activity was that person they found dead, because at a hospital, thousands of people die at a hospital.
If not hundreds of millions of thousands.
Ghost hunters at work during a fall ghost hunt featuring in the Clarence Ledger's Haunted Mississippi series. Need to check that out. The Clarence Ledger Mississippi Haunting series. I'm gonna copy and paste that and put that in the chat so I can look it up later, see if I can find this series.
Well, that's unusual that when they would find a body. Well, number one, I know people that do ghost hunts. They've got it. The bank, if the bank owns the building, if they allow it, which they probably won't, you got to sign the letter saying you can't sue the fucking the owners of the property, which is the bank. So you got to always sign these release forms before you can go do any ghost hunts. And I get it. I know where they're coming from with that. I can see that. But these guys apparently did not do anything and just showed up and did a ghost hunt.
Yeah.
And then found the fucking body.
Well, because if you show up and a piece of a thing fell, killed you, even though you said that nobody's allowed to come on, what happens is they'll say, well, how did they get on? Was it too easy for them?
Yeah.
You'll get sued for when it's not even your fault.
Well, to save your own ass, it's good to sign some.
There's reports, Bob. There's reports of people breaking into a house, right? They broke into a house, they tripped and fell, maybe like broke an ankle, and they sued the owners for getting hurt.
People think it's a joke, but it's not a joke. They do that. It's so wacky of a fucking place, man. People do that shit. Yeah.
It says Cleveland Hospital has a lot of places inside and out and would be ideal spot to place a body. So if it's abandoned, if you're going to do a murder, that makes sense. I mean, there's
if there was a killer about and they know that shitheads go in there and do I'm not calling anybody who investigates ghost shit. I'm just saying two schmucks who didn't follow the procedures like the people that we have on our show always do. They always follow the procedures and play the cards right or play everything right. They would just show up and then all of a sudden go, oh, there's a body there. We should report this. And then they're going to get pinned for it. Exactly what they would want to happen.
Yeah, because the first question is, why were you there?
Why were you there?
Why were you there? Did you
have any paperwork giving you permission to be there? No. We thought we'd do a ghost hunt.
And listen, and a police officer, an investigator, wants to close a case as soon as possible because longer a case stays open, more money it costs the state and stuff. So you're going to be their prime suspect.
Yeah, you're going to be their prime suspect. Oh, yeah, of course you are. That's why I know we've talked to gals that can read. I forgot what that's called. That psychic readers or whatever. They can tell you where a missing body is located, or they can tell you like that they work with the police, but. That's a scary thing, I think, for them because then they're the ones that are up for, hey, how would you know this? Well, I'm psychic. Well, psychic my ass. If there is somebody who doesn't believe in that in the police department, is going to say, well, how did you know where this body was? It's going to come back. I know that's why a lot of psychic people won't do it. They're like, I'm not doing it anymore. As soon as they go, I had a dream about an accident happening here and a person passed away at this one spot. Well, how did you know that? How did you know the spot? It's the same concept. It's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah. Now this article actually came out in 2015. That's why I wanted to hear from our friends, what happened to the rest of the story. Did they actually arrest somebody for the murder? Actually, maybe I could type it in. Let me see here.
Follow-up
let me find that name. Sharon Wilson 69. Did it? Let me see. I'm going to type it into another Google page and see what it says. So give me a second, Bob. Say something to the crowd. I'm going to see if they ever find a body.
I'm going to say something to the crowd. If you're going to go ghost hunting and in a location, I would seriously consider, I would suggest you contact the owners of the property first. I would get permission. I would let loved ones know where you are just in case you yourself don't return and you find your head missing. I would, if you go hunting or camping, you always tell somebody where you're going to be and you have a locator. It's the same thing when you're ghost hunting. I would highly advise, you would get permission from any property, especially when it's dilapidated and falling apart. You could get hit in the head by something falling on your head,
Oh, look, I got a picture of that woman. Hold on.
Oh wow! Oh, that's creepy.
I got a picture. Here we go.
Creepy. Here we go.
There it is. The shock and horror of Sharon Wilson brutal attacks and murder 1 year ago has not diminished. But I'm trying to see if they actually found the killer. It was attacked in her home. But okay, here it is. Was attacked in her home by Raphael McLeod. So Raphael McLeod's the one who attacked her in her home, which I don't know the guy. It's no. The problem is when you're trying to read this, and then you got these little commercials on the side, and you have these beautiful women that was showing up. Now that's men. That's men. But there were some beautiful women on the left side of this article. Sorry, it subtracted me. Was attacked. Escape. Here we go. What is this? And then McLeod later. This guy who killed her, McLeod later escaped from Warren County Jail in March and was believed to occasionally hid out at Coons. Oh, okay. So this person escaped from jail.
So they caught the guys.
So 8 days after he was shot and killed after breaking into a home. So hold on, let me read this. Wilson, 69, was attacked in her home by Raphael McLeod, June 27, 2015, and later killed at the Coon Memorial Hospital property Sunday, June 28, 2015. McLeod later escaped from the Warren County Jail in March and was believed to have occasionally hid out at Coons as he eluded authorities for 8 days before he was shot and killed after breaking into a home. So the killer was actually shot and killed.
Okay. At least they know who it was. Now, obviously, so it's not the ghost hunters. Back to the ghost hunters. So it's not the ghost hunters.
No, the guy dragged the body, took the body to the hospital.
But didn't you say originally that they accused the ghost hunters first?
Yes, because before they got to do an investigation.
Yeah.
So, but when you just hear two people that broke into a hospital doing a paranormal research, they're going to get blamed until they do the research, and then they found the guy, and then of course, he escaped from prison, and then they had to kill him. So what a story, man! So what is this? What does it say here? The city is trying to estimate $850,000 to remove the building and clear the property. So they want to remove the property.
Well, keep people from investigating it. Ghost hunters.
What is this? McLeod's death on March 10 led to changes in the county's 911 emergency call system to correct problems with receiving 911 calls that until they were unknown. So this killer even helped make changes to the 911. This is a crazy story, really. This is like a movie, You can make a paranormal movie out of this, and then
it'll be on Netflix pretty soon. It'll be a Netflix movie. Yeah, that's freaky. That's freaky.
I seen everybody in the chat. Highlander. It's
McLeod. Yeah, they did the McLeod. The Highlanders.
McLeod. What is it? There can only be one.
There can be only one. There can only be one.
But
that's what I said.
But look at her, man. I hate when advertisements just jump in your way.
That's sad.
That is sad. That's sad. I'm not making fun of the murder.
Tom, your
audio is still bad.
Big Tom, my buddy.
There you go. It's fixed. So that's what I wanted to talk with the Mississippi hunters to see. Has anybody gone back after 2016 and how they found like any voice evidence of her being there, maybe or not, even though she was murdered at her apartment, not at the hospital, but
Well, that means they would have decapitated her at the house and then brought both of her to the hospital. That don't make no sense.
Now, let me read this. In 2018, my dad and mom passed away, and in 2020, my boyfriend passed away. Holy shit. I'm sorry to hear that. And each one at separate times just once came to me and said my name to me. It scared me, but made me happy. Well, that I'm glad that happened, but that sucks that this has happened to you. But that's kind of cool.
Scary, but cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, cool. There we go.
Yeah, I hope. I apologize if you didn't want me to read that, but man, that takes a lot of guts to write something like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, at least you got a good hello, which is good.
When my friend from high school passed away, he visited me in my dream.
Okay.
Did they ever find the head? You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to put these articles, guys, in the chat,
right?
Because I'm gonna, and then Scott, there's the article in the chat. If you could look it up and read it, and maybe you could try to find if they found the head and let us know.
Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. That's just, I don't like the negative waves on that one. That's not good. It's not good.
Originally, the idea of this show was to find all the hauntings in Mississippi, just because, our guests. And of course, I know I titled the show "Most Haunted Places in the Universe" because maybe a lot of people don't like Mississippi or something, so I didn't want to scare people off, so I just called it "Haunted Places in the Universe." But here, let's look at some of the most haunted places in Mississippi. Now, I'm curious in this top 10 if that hospital is in this top 10. Let me see.
Now it will be.
I want to see. I'm just going to scroll down real quick to see if that hospital.
Headless lady will be there.
I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah. It's number 5.
Oh, yeah. The headless lady.
Yeah. Number 5 here. Coons Memorial State Hospital, Vicksburg. One of the most haunted places in Mississippi. Well, if it's one of the most, it should be number 1, right?
It's in the shape of a cross.
It is. Holy Christ. Look, it is right here. It looks like
it's in the shape of a cross. Wow. Well, I mean, it's a hospital. I figured maybe the architects might add a little bit of power to the doctors there.
That's pretty good, Bob. That's pretty good. That does look like a cross.
Yeah, it's shape of a cross.
I mean, you got one little space, but there is a connection between the first to the second building. So it is like one long cross.
I mean, even if that was an add-on later on, it's still, that top half is still a cross. Interesting.
Wow. Dang.
Okay. There we go. It's number 5. Number 5 with a bullet.
That's not damn, Bob. I'm just like shocked that you spotted that. That's across Mississippi. Maybe they like buildings that's like a cross.
It's a cross.
Give me a second. It's a cross.
No doubt.
I'm trying to see if there's any more images of this place. Maybe we're investigating this right now. We're on top of the world right here. Hold on. Let me remove this for a second.
Yeah.
Let me share screen of. Here we go. Let's see here. I mean, if you look in this angle, that's a cross, and look, it looks like a house in the front too.
Yeah. Well, it's got the makings of a haunted ass house, haunted ass building. I'll tell you that.
I think. Huge.
Go ahead.
Ginormous. We're angry to them.
It is huge. Your audio is cutting in and out, so I'm sorry. But we get your words.
My audio.
Yeah, you were cutting in and out. So this is just some pictures of inside this hospital. So I guess historic possible hospital building demolished. Man, the Travel Channel and those places, they gotta send us to these places.
Yeah, we'd get permits. We'd be legal eagle in there. Wouldn't just storm the castle without it.
Oh, they'll give us permits in a second, because if we have a loss of life, who's going to care if we lose our life?
I don't die. I'll be fine. I'm worried about you, though, Eric. I'd be right there with you, though. I'd hold your hand to the end, Eric.
This was the original picture, and I had to remove that blue sky. I had to add my little pizzazz, because I was like, man, this looks too clean looking. I have to. We lost him.
He disappeared. I think he's fixing his audio.
Here we go. Well, let's go. Let me see here. Let me see there. Let's go to number 10. City Cemetery, Well, cemetery. I mean, that's not. I mean, all cemeteries. I guess you might say there could be a little haunt there. I mean, especially Midwest and East Coast. Midwest and East Coast is known for cemeteries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've done my huntings. I've done my thing over here. I get hits every time. I get hits every time. Now I don't do it. It's not that I don't. I'm like, are you afraid? No, I'm not afraid. I just don't like what they say. I don't like what the ghosts. They sound like the person, but they're not the person. They're a leftover piece of them in this multiple dimensional philosophy of just people left behind. It's like a dumb version of them, a residual of them. It's weird.
Yeah,
they say weird things.
Carla, looks like the house is to hide the structure behind it. You're right. That first picture of that hospital looks like in 1800s they built like a house looking. Then it looks like they removed it because the modern day picture of that hospital, the house wasn't there. But maybe that was the idea, to build a house to hide the cross. I mean, you never know, right? I mean, that could be true. I'll come back. Oh, he's trying to come back. Here we go.
I think we said I'm going to put this on through fast. I'm going to grab me.
Why do they stay? That is a question. Why do they stay? I mean, that's the question that.
Yeah,
that's what paranormals do their research on. Why do spirits stay? Now, we have had Paranormal Veil on this channel before. We have we had backstreet hauntings from Oregon on this channel. We actually have a demon hunter clown on this channel.
Yeah,
and that's always been a good point. Why don't they go? And to me, this is just my opinion. Maybe I want to get Ben N's opinion on this. My opinion is that I feel that some answers to life, I'm not saying all answers, could be with these spirits or ghosts. If we can have conversations somehow, start talking to them. I know most shows you hear one, you get one sound or one word or stuff like that. But I feel the answers are there, right? Because we're not going to get answers in life with the living. Because the living, let's just say it, with the living, it's all lies. Everybody lies. You don't know who's telling the truth. The CNN, Fox, everything. You don't know who's telling the truth. I feel like if we're going to find some truth, it's going to be with the dead spirits.
I have my own scientific one.
Tell us.
Well, I mean, people laugh at mine because it sounds stupid, but I'm just basing it off science. And doing ghost hunts and getting responses and talking. I have two different things in my head about it. Number one is you have your pineal gland, which is a silica. It's high silica, which is the same thing in computers. It stores information. It's in your cell phones. It's in quantum computers. It's in everything. It stores information. That's what silica is. You have it in your fucking head hole. It's your pineal gland, which is made of silica. It stores information. So basically, even though you're dead, you've still got a living chip in there. So say you have a computer and you dump everything out and you hand your computer and you give it to somebody else. Well, if they're good enough, they can still go back in there and get them old programs. They're still there, residual. They're in the silica. There's stored information in there. So these things are just repeating on repeat, like a projector. They're stored inside there's no soul attached to them, but they're inside the silica. They're inside the stored information part of your brain, like a computer. It's still there. And they still respond, and they still have but the responses are like fucking. I've done it. When I go, it's like machine-ish. They're like a computer. They've got emotions that shouldn't be there. It's out of context. It's everything's out of context, but they're not 100. They're like a damn projector human like a leftover remnant. It's like an old stored information thing in your pineal gland in your skull. It's just stored information. Again, guys, this is my theory, and it's 99.9% probably wrong. So don't go. But I just think logically that's where it comes from. Just stored information inside the body.
This is Carla's opinion. She wrote, "My opinion is some don't know they are dead. I've heard that a lot. Some are attached to people or objects. Some don't want to leave, and some have something to feel they need to do to help the living. Yeah, I've heard all that.
Yeah, that's probably the number one. I think out of all the things that would be number one. I said mine's dry, heartless. Just an idea.
And then wrote makes sense. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, we don't have the answers, man. If we have the answers, we wouldn't be doing this. Yeah, there was a house I lived in. I was convinced there was a little boy ghost in the closet. Then I found out the person that built the house was an orphan boy that showed up in a small town with amnesia. Oh, that's kind of yeah. Okay. We go back to the haunting. I don't really care for cemeteries because cemeteries. We know that out of all those bodies in there, something's got to make a noise.
Well, my second one was from experience. Again, I'm only basing this off my experience. Some of them were mean. The second round, some of them were like just a phantom machine just repeating itself like a old program. It just repeats itself like within a Matrix video game.
We haven't done this. Mean. We haven't done this in a long time where we ask the spirits on the ghost detector any questions. Yeah. We have done this in a long time. So I'm going to ask this a question. Is Bob way off, or is Bob on to something, or is Bob full of shit? So we'll see if he's going to give us the word. Is Bob full of shit? Okay, that's what I'm asking it. So once it comes up with the word, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not picking up any ghosts around us.
Well, the other one I was talking about was they were very mean. There was a few that were just saying I'm not going to repeat it on here. They were and I was already warned by somebody in England that this person had the same experience of these things saying really awful things. And I had the same, I go, so there's something dark that attaches themselves to the bodies and like feeds off their memories, probably the pineal gland stored memory, and lives off of them and almost sometimes pretends to be them. Gets their information, hack their little body computers with the pineal, and then gets the information.
Does that word mean anything to you?
What is it? I can't read. What does that mean when I can't see it?
Arania? Here, let me spell it in the chat so you can read it. Arianna.
What is that word?
Hold on. Right here. Irania?
Is that a name? That's a name.
I don't know.
Irania? Somebody look that up and see what that means.
Well, here, let me ask the ghost. Let me ask our ghost here. Let me ask Ghost. Hey, Ghost, our friend Carla Webster says some ghosts don't know if they are dead. Is that a possibility? Is it a possibility that some ghosts don't know they're dead? We'll see if this ghost will tell me if they don't know that they're dead. If they don't know they're dead, I'm going to have to answer that question, right?
A Long Reach one says it's her grandma's name. Unless she's messing with us.
It's the name Gypsy, a girl's name. Oh, okay. Is it? Oh, Bob. It says now. It says I am here.
Oh, really? Who's there? Oh, here we go, guys. We have our own little thing in Eric's room. Who's there? Ask who it is.
What's your name? Guys, we're actually doing a real ghost investigation here.
You got a haunted house, by the way.
I am here. Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? Do you think I'm sexy?
Well, ask one question at a time.
There's a name. Lillian.
Oh, you got somebody in there, huh?
Lillian. That's
Lillian?
Lillian. Hold on. Lillian. Lillian, why are you here?
Lillian.
Why are you here? Adam. Now it says Adam. So there's more than one here?
Wait a minute. Is this Adam and Lilith? Wait,
Adam?
Lillian, that's Lilith. Adam and Lilith. Now, Lilith was the first wife of Adam, according to the Kabbalah. And in the Jewish, or not Jewish, but in the Israelite religion, Lilith was the first wife. And then Adam was the husband.
Well,
and then,
why are you here, Adam? Lillian, why are you here? It's hot. Wow, it's getting like orange. Oh, Robert? Yeah.
Robbie, that's me. Well, Bob, Robert, my name.
How about this? Is there anybody in the chat that wants to ask a ghost?
Why is it saying my name?
What's that?
Is they're here because of me?
Oh shit! It says exorcism.
Really?
It says exorcism. They're here for an exorcism. Holy shit. Guys, I'm not joking. Guys, if you think this is a joke app, Bob has actually downloaded this app and used it at a hospital.
Get rid of the big screen in the middle and then use that box. Just get rid of the screen in the middle. We can see it. There you go. Now put it up. There you go. Exorcism. Okay. So they want an exorcism. Hold on.
Now,
in nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Go away.
This just turned into a junior high slimmer party.
I'm going to use my banana to exercise you.
It is a slimmer party. Now, I'm not here saying this app is real, but let me tell you guys this. And I told this story on here before that when I was at a hospital, we're at a hospital. Remember, Bob? I was sitting outside the car in the hospital. I said, my son went into the hospital and his name came up on this. His name actually came up on this, and that was no lie.
Now, we had a guest coming on, guys, from the Mississippi State. So now we're just kind of playing. We're enjoying. We have one of our great fans sitting here having a good time with a cool ass beard. So we're just doing a little bit of ghosting. We're ghosting it a little bit, having a good time with that.
How about this? Now, Terry, you said that this turned into a slimmer party. I'm going to let you, Terry. Terry, you can have the next question. Terry, you can have the next question. So, Terry, give us a question to ask this thing. Terry, are you there? Terry?
After the joint.
Terry, give us a question. We'll get your question answered here. Well, while we get that question, now number 9 is another cemetery. I don't really care for cemeteries on lists because, I mean, come on, it's a cemetery. Of course, they're going to be haunted. Now here we go. Stuckey's Bridge Enterprise. So here's a bridge.
Shit.
All right. You may have heard a group of outlaws known as the Dalton Gang. I heard of the Dalton Gang. Wasn't the Dalton Gang in a Disney cowboy movies? I don't know.
That's the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Oh, okay. Who specialize in a bank and train robberies? Well, legend has it that one of the members, known as Stuckey, opened an inn close to the Chunky River. He would stand outside the ladder in order to guide those traveling the river to the Hills Inn. However, once everyone was sleeping, Stuckey, I love that name, Stuckey would murder his guest. Holy shit. Rob them and throw their bodies into the river. Holy Christ. When his team was uncovered, Stuckey was captured and hanged from the railings of the bridge. Now it seems that his restless soul haunts that very bridge. Damn. Wow. So, Bob, this guy, he kills people at his place and dumps their body.
He's saying bridges are horrible.
Bridges are sketchy as hell. They're sketchy as hell. I've had my dad repaired a bunch of bridges. Oh, man. Watch out. Yeah, bridges.
Haunted.
Not good.
Okay, that's a new one. That's cool. Bridges would be haunted, right? People jump off of them.
Oh, no. You know, like the one, they're eventually all going to come down. You know, like the structure of them was only built for like 40 years, 50 years. Yeah, they have to be all rebuilt. Bob knows. Yeah,
the Eisenhower era came out. That's what I talked to a guy in 2016 who was weird because he had the whatever effects you want to call it. And was telling me about he worked on bridges, And he said that they were built in the Eisenhower day, and then they expired long time ago, and that they're all cracking and coming and smashing in. And later on in life,
most bridges, most of them, the safety code gone.
God, well, look at this bridge. Holy, I wouldn't want to be driving on that fucking bridge. Look how rusty that bridge looked.
Yeah. Where's our money go? Where's our tax dollars going? Oh, that's right. It's going to Cambodia and other places. It's going to Israel and all kinds of other places, but the United States infrastructure. That's right.
Hold on. What is Terry says? Did you know the lowercase t used to be a cross? Now it's backwards. J was a slash. Now a front, like I always thought.
Oh, I didn't. Wait, hold on.
T used to be a cross. Well, I mean, a T shape. I mean, yeah, you can say it looks like a cross. I mean, that's.
You guys couldn't hear my comments that when you were showing the computer chip cross for a sky view. I don't know if you guys could hear the audio. It was chopping out. That is a computer chip, and that is a source of energy. See how it's crossed like that? T'd, okay? So it's drawing energy from the east, west, north, south, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy. That's how they built stuff back in the day.
Yeah. Actually,
there's the ghost on that bridge. Oh, there's the evidence.
What you're talking about is an old Japanese tradition called or is it Chinese? I don't know. Feng Shui. And when Feng Shui is it's called Feng Shui, and they'll go into your house and realign things north to south. Corners go, east to west. They line it up, and even the pyramids themselves had the points that went true north. How the fuck did they figure out true north? They figured out true north. So what you're talking about, architecture originally all went and lines up true north. You could line it up. Well, some of the stars too, also, but they line it up in certain ways. Feng Shui.
Women architects, and to battle through. Not one of the first. There's many, but she made it onto the mainstream and battled against dudes. And through my grandfather's help, she built incredible stuff. Like she started to build spiral staircases up in people's houses. And that's what she did in my grandfather's. It's all feng shui, dude. All
feng shui.
For energy. Hold on, Lala B. You can ask any question that you want. Personal, doesn't matter. You ask it. We're gonna ask the box because right now it says nothing. So you ask us a question right now, Lala. You got it.
Well, good call with the feng shui. Yeah, and for the energies, all the energies.
But you had the words feng shui. I couldn't think of it. But
you were. But you just how many people probably fucking have that on the tip of their tongue? Yeah.
Right. South, east, west, and there's more power up north. That's why the cross is like that. So they're building it with the T up where you see it longer, up high. Does this make any sense?
No, it does.
Yeah, that's where the energy is coming. That's the T right there. Where the T hits, they pinpointed. They absolutely know. Northwest, east, south. Absolutely. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, sacred geometry, especially with Freemasonry. Well, masonry.
Geometry, yes.
Yeah, sacred geometry, which is feng shui. Basically, feng shui, sacred geometry, same thing. Same thing practiced from the east to Middle East, all the way up to the west. Building buildings in certain angles, pointing points to the north, what's this, to the east, to the west, to the south. So you get to, they call those ley lines. You get the energy lines crossing everywhere. All that goes right through your house.
I'm just adding to what you're saying. I'm not trying to interrupt.
Yeah.
But does anybody think that the place that we live is exquisite and made by probably the best artist you've ever seen?
I believe so. I know you're talking about, of course, of the grand architect himself.
I think we got a question for the box. I know this sounds weird, but will my boyfriend that passed forgive me if I start dating again one day? Okay, that's my question. Okay.
That's a real question, man.
Wants to know if her boyfriend will forgive her if she starts dating again one day.
That's a real question.
Will she be forgiven if she goes on a date? Okay, I'm asking it.
That's for you, Bob.
Oh, and then
I'm assuming it's a yes.
Now the ghost box Lala says, Riley. Does Riley mean anything to you? That's what the ghost box says.
Riley.
Yeah, Riley. I don't know. Is it all right for her to date? Will you forgive her if she goes on a date? Yeah, I don't. Maybe Riley is a person she might know.
Or maybe he was talking to somebody else at first.
Yeah, that could be right. It could be the conversation that we just had. So I'll ask again. Is it all right for Lala B to go out on a date?
I would assume so.
Well, I would just suggest this. You have lost a lot of people recently, maybe in the last 2 years. So be careful with your heart because, you know, I don't know, you know, people lurk and they're bad. You know, there's a lot of weird people out in this world. So be careful with your heart, Layla. You know, especially when you're damaged. I'm not calling you damaged, but when you have sadness from a lot of things, be careful. Be careful. I'm just being a big brother.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a damn good advice.
I mean, that's kind of advice for anybody in a lot of ways. That
same thing. My sister.
I've always said you can't trust nobody because you don't really know them. You can't even trust sometimes your own family members.
Yeah,
if you can't trust your own family members, how are you going to trust somebody who, you know? So you always gotta be careful. Always.
I gotta ask that question too about somebody talking about relationship stuff, and the way I've been approaching it is we're in some sort of weird renaissance right now. It's kind of at the infancy stage. It's moving like a freight train pretty damn fast, and you gotta watch out for people. You gotta watch out right now because you've got charlatans, you got snake oil salesmen, you got people lying for no reason. It's just it's solid and continuous. You got to be real. All of you guys have to be real fucking careful right now
in the world. So be careful. Yes.
Nicholas. I don't know. Some name came up on the thing named Nicholas.
A lot of guys' names popping up.
I know, right? I know. Because you know what? That is there's people who know what has happened to you in your background and stuff, and there's people that want to take advantage of that.
Big time.
On anything in life. Look, we had people that we put on this show who we trusted, but basically was using us, and then fuck you guys and jump somebody else because apparently that person was bigger.
I'll say his name, CFM. Hey, dude. Hey, listen. They got the best guest in the world, CFM, me, because of you being a terrible ass motherfucker. Sorry for the language.
No. That's what I'm saying.
That's how they got me. You know, I hate liars, and that dude lying straight up, right out in front of everyone. Wow, no respect for at all. Bob, Gypsy Road, Eric.
Now, Ben, you're not talking about this little picture right next to you where there's a trash can that says CFM and there's a dog urinating on it.
I stay out of it. The way Eric and I were raised, we couldn't lie to my dad. You can't. So you didn't. You just, you could not lie to my dad. And he could see it, sense it, feel it, and so you couldn't do it. I inherited the same thing, and I got it too, and it's a fucking curse. I mean, closest family, friends, everybody, and I'm like, it drives you nuts because you know that they're pulling a big one or a little teeny one, which I don't mind the small ones, but sometimes I could sense it. It's a gift, and now that little gift has been irradiated times 1,000. A lot of people, probably like yourself, Ben, you got it too. That's kind of a magic powers of whatever this Renaissance thing that's happening. A lot of people have that now. And it alienates you a little bit because you just want to fucking go into isolation. I can't talk to
the cool powers I got. Okay, so I was a guard at a motel. I used to do 12-hour overnight shifts at probably the most roughed up place, South St. Pete in Florida, right? 33rd parallel. It's actually the 33rd. Yeah, it's real bad. And that's where all the bad people are. So I sat there, got hired as a guard. I'm nothing special, but I brought some good energy, and never, ever, ever while I worked there, a year and a half, never called the police. Was able to just chill everything out. Cool. It took me about 6 months from being there. And then after that, everything chilled. So
very
you
good
get the difference as a human being. You just gotta be patient. I don't know.
You did a Wyatt Earp, man. You did a Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp. He just rolls into town and everybody immediately starts getting better. That's Wyatt Earp in town.
Yeah, everybody wants to give him
everybody. You can't lie to Wyatt Earp. It was like he was one of them guys that had that gift too. He could sense a lie right off the bat. He's like, you just don't lie to Wyatt Earp.
I could be 141 years old, but who knows, right?
There you go.
Now here's a number 7 called King's Tavern, Natchez. I guess that's the city. Natchez.
Tavern right there.
That's a tavern. Here's a picture of a tavern, and there's American flag, and I don't recognize these 2 other flags, but King's Tavern is the oldest standing building in Natchez. So it's understandable it has a rich history, some of it paranormal. Well, it had to be paranormal to be on this list. It said that King's Tavern is haunted by several ghosts, including a lady named Madeline. It is believed that Madeline was the mistress of one of the original owners of the tavern. Ooh. Some say that she was murdered by her lover's wife. But in truth, nobody really knows exactly what happened to her. However, in the 1930s, there were 3 mummified bodies discovered in the cellar, and one of them is assumed to be Madeline. Ooh. Some of the strange phenomena has been reported in the tavern, including a phantom baby crying, strange reflections in the mirrors, and unoccupied beds being disturbed and feeling warm to the touch as if someone had been sleeping in it. Now, they found 3 bodies in the bottom. Well, that sounds like a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. How many bodies does it take to be considered a serial killer?
Well, it takes a pattern for one.
A pattern, yeah, that's right. Unless they did it all at once.
Yeah, I mean that just sounds like a bad poker game. They got rid of some people all at the same time.
People would be onto it quicker, but who knows? Maybe. But back in the day, there were some weird dudes rolling around doing bad stuff, and there was nobody there to be a sheriff.
Yeah.
They could do whatever they want, bury people, kill as many people as they want. Yeah, it's weird hell. But
at the tavern, the taverns, they pretty much. I know a lot in history with the anthropology. The tavern, people don't know. Ironically enough, was sometimes the courthouse. Believe it or not, the tavern, like Judge Roy Bean, famous in Texas, the tavern was the courthouse in a lot of those places. That's where the sheriff was and ran a lot of the games and poker. Was ran out of taverns. Was the trial and jury and everything. So people people have a misconception because of the Westerns that they had jails. They didn't have jails. They usually have taverns and locked downstairs and stuff like that. I'm trying to
find information on the 3 bodies. It says, while repairing the chimney fireplace in the main room of the tavern, 3 mummified bodies, one girl and 2 men were found. One of them is believed to be Madeline. The murder weapon, a dagger, was found in another fireplace in another room. The 2 men, many theories abound as who they are. So I guess I'm guessing they don't know who the 2 men are.
Probably again poker players or bad guys, anything in Old West, like he was talking about. That you have a sheriff, you have somebody, a constable. There wasn't no fucking government intervening with anything.
Hey, they would gamble your life. They would gamble a couple of their friends on you. They would be like, all right, okay, you can take these two knuckleheads. I'll put them up on the right.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the fireplace.
Okay, yeah. The tavern. I mean, it had been a house or some other place. It's a tavern. A lot of death in taverns.
Oh God, yes.
They even did hangings in taverns. It's just from the old,
and it's one of the oldest buildings, 1789. So it makes
1789. Oh, good Lord. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. You got revolutionaries. You've got patriots. You've got non-patriots. You've got this side against this side.
Yep.
All the way up to no way, man. Of course, people died. Probably a lot more than that was in there. Especially, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool learning some history in some states. It's kind of cool. Now here's in Mississippi. We're gonna keep the theme of Mississippi, people. The Longfellow House in Pascagoula. I'm guessing Pascagoula.
Good enough for us.
Okay, Pascagoula. Sounds like goulash. If you ever had the opportunity to visit Pascagoula, Mississippi, you will find that a haunting of the Longfellow House is always popular topic with the locals. Well, of course, locals, they love stories in their own town. Local legends say that the culprit behind the paranormal activity is the spirit of a slave who once worked in the house. It has been suggested that on one occasion, he was beaten almost to the point of death before being sent into the woods to die. Holy Christ. It seems that the brutal treatment from his employers has bound his spirits to the property and is often heard moving around upstairs. He's very angry, which, well, fuck. Well, yeah, he was beaten to death and he go out in the woods and die. Well, yeah, I'd be pissed too. Probably quite understandable given the manner of his death. He is often violent and he pushed and slapped some of the employees.
Maybe it's a culmination. I mean, I know a lot of atrocities happened in that time around that period. So I wouldn't just pin one person. It's kind of a combination, probably. Bad spirits. You kill so many people in a house. You open up a couple of doorways, man. The doorways don't close right away. You got angry things in there. I think that's what that is.
Yeah, it's a pretty house. I mean,
100%.
It can't be too bad because they didn't tear down the house.
Yeah. Well, what was it for sale during this time?
Most of them are gone now. Like God, I don't know. I don't speak for God or whatever, but I think most of those super bad dudes are gone. They've been wiped off the planet. Like, but there's a couple of them still controlling all of us.
Oh yeah,
we'll get to them eventually too. And
yeah, I'm with you.
It'll be golden.
Yeah.
I'm all eating bananas. Bob,
you gotta remember over here, it's my dinner time. It's actually it's after 9. Actually, yeah.
Oh man, I forgot. It's our morning.
Yeah, it's your guys' morning.
That's a scary banana has eating.
Yes, it's dinner over here. So when I go on with Eric, you guys, everyone's like, he's always eating something. Well, you got to remember, it's nighttime over here. It's dinner time for me. So when I go on with Eric, I'm actually kind of nibbling on dinner as I'm going along.
No, I've seen you, man. You always make me hungry. You were sitting with like...
I feel bad. He's always eating. He's a big fat eating guy. No, it's my dinner time in England. Wherever depending if I'm over in Amsterdam, then it's even later. I gotta eat my dinner sometime.
I love food. I never called you any names.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger big. Oh, I'm 50 years old and big. No, this is
to be 200 pounds. I'm fucking so light right now. It's
great. Shit.
Yeah, I used to beast.
My beard, man, it's the beard. It's my testosterone. It's exploding. I eat bananas every night, guys, because of the potassium. For some reason, we're all low on vitamin D, and everybody seems to be low on potassium. Potassium is what, you'll get cramps and shit, man.
Yes, they will give you, when people are in the hospice dying, what the nurses used to have, they took it away from them. Which is crazy. The nurses used to walk around with a hypodermic needle full of potassium because your stomach, when you die, when you get close to death, your stomach seizes. And they used to inject them with the potassium right away to give them some relief. Yes.
Yeah.
So bananas, absolutely.
Bananas. I make fun of it, but I highly recommend everybody start eating bananas and anything with lots of vitamin D in it, especially now.
I'm gonna skip to, because we're getting closer to the end, but I'm gonna skip to the number one. It's called McCraven, Pittsburgh. So this is apparently, it says McCraven is considered to be the most haunted house in Mississippi, and is also ranked as the third most haunted house in the entire United States. It has been featured in a variety of different paranormal themed television programs. Now, hold on. Okay, they're saying this is ranked third. Well, first of all, who's voting on this? Who if Bob and I have not been to 10 of these houses, these votes can't work. Doesn't count. Unless we're there, that means I have to take a word for it from somebody that is the third most in the goddamn United States. Because if this was number 3, why hasn't there been any movies about this? Hold on. Well, let's find out what it says here. Let's find out what it says here. When you take a deeper look into the history of the property, it is easy to see why McRaven is considered to be one of the most haunted houses in Mississippi. Several former residents have died inside the house, which, well, fuck, if the house is back in the 1800s, well, of course people have died in the house.
Yeah, lots of them. Probably during childbirth.
Which one of them actually murdered there. Okay, we got a murder. In addition to this, the mansion also served as a Confederate hospital back in the Civil War. Okay. Over the years, there has been thousands of reports of paranormal activity from a variety of witnesses. Some of many appearances that has been spotted in the house include Civil War soldiers, Native Americans, and even some of the previous owners. Now, I'm going to put this article in the chat in case somebody wants to, for whatever reason, if you're bored, I want to know all the haunted places in Mississippi. Well, here you go.
Yeah. If you want to go to
pull up a map, where the fuck is Mississippi? I want to see exactly on
down
on
south.
The map. United States map.
Every time I drive through Georgia, I've been all over the place, and Georgia is weird. I don't know how else to explain it. I'll probably get people angry at me for saying this, but Georgia is weird. The best place in Georgia is Savannah. Savannah with a beautiful brush, like has ancient trees, and is such a beautiful place. Wow. It's such a beautiful place, Savannah. So if you're going to go to Georgia, maybe avoid.
Well, there's Georgia, Alabama. Then Mississippi is between Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, next to Alabama.
Well, it's by the Mississippian River.
Yeah.
And then you had a lot of Mississippian River cultures, native cultures. In fact, the Cherokee were there, and many other cultures were there. History, a long time history of down there. And then that's where all the Scots and the Irish went when they first came over. They stopped at Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. They went on further down, and it went into the deep woods of the Mississippians and all these other areas because they weren't accepted.
Bob.
So this is what the house looks like now.
When they talk about the Mandela effect with the Statue of Liberty, most people don't know that's where most of the immigrants came in. There was a yes, Bob knows.
Yeah.
And oh God, they destroyed a whole bunch of people coming into this country, like nasty. Changed their names. Just did. I don't know anybody that made it past that. So, in reference to anytime anybody talks about the Statue of Liberty, Brian Stavely, then make mention of the immigrants of our family, all of us that came over here that fought to try and be here. And those there's some weird shit going on over there on the Liberty Island. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's weird. It's weird. It's weirder and weirder. That's a whole puzzle by itself. That whole thing, it's unusual. A lot of things are, especially that whole area.
Hey, Zeno.
Carla, lots of haunted places in the UK too. Oh yeah, we've done a show on hauntings in the UK. I mean, first of all, listen, the UK is one of the oldest people on earth over there than the United States. You have a lot more death over there, so it would make sense why there's so much haunting. Bob, you went to underground.
Oh yeah, it's so easy.
Bodies, all the bodies, it has to be haunted.
Yeah, I was going to the graveyards with the box, man. I'm like, this. Wow. I'm a debunker. I am a skeptic, and I had like, oh my God, I'm getting so many responses with this fucking box. Coherent conversations, and then mean things are being said. I said, there's something wrong, man. We're in hell. This is not. Ain't no heaven about this at the moment. We're getting rid of the bad fucking demons, I guess.
We're while we're here, to make this place better. It's supposed to be like above, but this place is,
we're cleaning house.
We're working slowly, surely.
Yeah, the bad things don't like the vibration. They don't like the new Renaissance people's vibrations. They don't like it. They're repelled by it and angry with it. You'll find more enemies. Those of you guys are kind of waking up. You will have more enemies now than you ever have. I didn't. My dad said you measured someone by how many friends they have. So when you die, you have a whole bunch of people at your fucking funeral. Now it's like I've got a handful of friends, maybe.
I'm not. My mom died of pancreatic cancer right in front.
Oh shit!
And I had to go visit her in the hospice. Thank God the COVID. This is before the COVID. She died like 6-7 years ago, 8 years ago now. But really terrible to see. And I had to bang with some nurses and doctors and stuff. So that's what kind of set me off. I didn't think they were completely telling the truth. Do you know? Because me and my sister, who lives in California and has access to maybe more hippie like stuff, started looking into like bananas and avocados and pineapples.
Oh yes,
all that stuff, and it's
good for you.
Super good for your body.
Yep.
You know, to keep your kidneys and your liver clean. You know, if you're gonna live, then you have to eat fruit. You have to eat
lots of it.
If our guest shows up on Wednesday, the guest is coming on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about Bigfoot. His name is Bigfoot Anomius. Now, this guy actually also has written a book about Bigfoot. Shit. So if he comes on, he said he's going to come on. Like I said, sometimes people say they come on and they don't. So if he don't, we're still going to talk about Bigfoot. It doesn't matter. He has a book that's on Amazon. It's called Airy Swamps Road Trip to Eden. So we got a book writer that's actually coming on. So that should be very cool. You know, I mean,
well, this is kind of fun. This is I liked it a little more relaxed because it's our 10,000th, man. We got 10,000. Yeah, it's kind of nice having a good guest, a good friendly guest come on that's been watching the show. But it's nice, and we got to talk to the sidebar and have a good time.
Number one fan. I was here from the beginning, you guys. I saw you guys on Brian Stavely. I saw you guys way in the beginning. Way in the beginning. I love you. I was a lurker.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I should have been more in the chat.
That don't matter.
But it just, I'm telling you, it's just so paranormal because right before the show, we were 12 down. 12 down from 10,000. All of a sudden, we're above 108 from 10,000.
Nice.
Where did that come from?
Those of you out there, keep subbing.
Chiba Kitty, who you saw earlier in the chat, shared it on Facebook, which is one of my homies. And maybe, just maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not lying, guys. I don't lie.
No, of course, dude, no. I can tell. No. Besides, you got a beard.
I wouldn't make
any man with a beard. It's got to be honest.
And of course, if anybody cares, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I also do a podcast. That's the podcast is the thing that I'll get a little bit more. I could talk about things that won't get taken down on YouTube, because on YouTube, if you say the wrong thing, you could get taken down. And I can't cry about that because YouTube is the free format. So I mean, YouTube could do whatever they want. They could kick us off right now. I mean, it's a free format. I know it's easy to complain about YouTube. It is easy, but
they like me. I no, not to be cocky. I'm not to be cocky, but the Google moderator team, and hopefully they don't take this to be, I might get one of their guys in trouble for this, but they did come and back me up, and they did acknowledge that I was killing it on another channel. I was just protecting the shit out of that channel. I didn't know. Right. I'm new to YouTube, but I blocked a bunch of robots. And all of a sudden, Google came in and said, "Thanks, Ben." And I was like, "What?
Well, Google owns. Of course, we all know Google owns YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
direct message saying you're a badass.
To do the shows, to do the shows and videos with live stream. If you created your own webpage, which I have one. Actually costs thousands of dollars because you got to pay for the bandwidth, you got to pay for all that, and the videos to hold. It costs money. YouTube, you don't have to pay nothing. You're just uploading and doing shows. So, yes, we're at their becking. I mean, that's the chance. That's rolling the dice. That's a chance to play with. I'm sorry, it is.
Some of them that are on your side. I'm not on their team. I'm not signed up with Google. They don't own me at all.
Yeah.
No way. No how. No way. YouTube, no way. I'm gonna sell my soul to nobody. But they do respect me because of what I've done on another channel. I'm blocking robots and trolls and all that. Yes.
Well, so, listen, let's be fair. We got a strike. I got a strike once on YouTube. And Bob, you saw I contacted the company. The company emailed YouTube and they removed my strike because they found out that I was in the right. So it's not, it's not all.
They like me. I'm a genius. They like me. They like me.
You can see through. Are you a ghost? You can't see. Hey, look, another bearded guy. And look at this picture. Look at this
bearded people. We got the bearded guys.
No, you can see. Are you a ghost? Oh! Because of this.
Yeah. Well, people have asked me. I always make jokes. Cool. How do I get a deep
about that?
How do I get a deep voice? I'm feeling sick. I go, I'm it's from a biological, not magical, from a biological standpoint. Men are supposed to grow beards. You grow beards, your testosterone goes up. That just goes up with it. And when your testosterone's high, you have a higher immune system. You could fight anything, and you get bigger, stronger, bigger, stronger, bigger, stronger. I just recommend it if you're a little bit of a frail guy.
That's cool.
Bob,
wow. I am a ghost.
Love it, dude. Love it. I'm right behind you. That sounds weird. But
I guess I am CGI, Bob. Remember when Joe came in here about CGI? I guess it is possible, right? You can CGI ahead.
You can see. Is that
on us? Good.
Vapor leader.
Your shirt is blending with the background, dude. You're looking.
I know. That's what Loke was saying, that I am a ghost. I am fake because I'm CGI. I'm not real. Hey, Bob, maybe that's what they meant when they say we're agents. We're just certified head being on bodies.
Yeah, I always tell people, did you ever work for the government? Yeah, a long time. I worked for the government for years. I was a GS. Of course I did.
Now,
I'm not lying to nobody.
Let me do a shout out. If you guys want to watch a real channel that talks about honest truth, Black Sheep Researcher. I don't want to call him a truther because he's an honest truther that does research, that does proper research. So when he gives you facts, it's not just blah 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 blah. He actually does his work. So he's a good channel to check out.
I shouldn't say my whole family is FBI. There is my aunt is married to one of the best FBI agents that ever lived, and he has Alzheimer's now.
Oh,
and
shit.
Super sad. He's brilliant. He bugged. I can't even tell you what he does. I should.
Yeah, you can't get him in trouble. Well, then again, he's senile, so he's protected.
He's old. What are they going to arrest him?
No, he's not going to arrest him.
Come get me, maybe.
And then beyond that, right. I just want to show everybody that, man, it's right there, 10108. That's amazing. I mean, that's cool.
Yo, do you want me to jump? Hold on. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go.
Yes.
What is he gonna do?
Let's see.
You're not gonna get naked on us, are you?
No. Hold on. I'm gonna jump on.
Because if you're gonna get naked on us, I don't want to see it.
Oh no.
It's our 10,000th sub thing, so he can do whatever he wants right now. There it is. Yeah. Oh my God, man. This is so cool. I don't know what 10,000 subs feels like. Feels weird.
What he wrote, I should have had a V8.
Should have had a V8. It's a Calgon moment. Wow, man. Wow, Eric, we did it. This is cool, man.
Wow,
cool.
And it was it's I don't know. I that's the part of the YouTube part I don't understand. I'm not saying negative or not, but you go from here to here. I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
It's a gift. They gave us. I love them. They get like, here you go, guys. Here's for your show, like a gift. Here, we were talking about it earlier, and I said, well, they give us chunks sometimes. I just said that. You go back and look. They gave us a chunk. I was like, yes.
And then you can look later. That chunk is gone. Doom.
Oh,
we're keeping this chunk.
We made it past the 10,000. Now
we made it past, man.
Terry goes, I'm only at 92. Terry, I'm going to tell you something, Terry. Last year in November, I only had 62. But and then Bob had his channel where Bob could not do a live show. He had a strike. He couldn't do a live show. So instead, Bob came on my show and we did it live there. Right? And the idea was Bob was going to take it and upload it to his channel. But somehow it just kept going and kept going and kept going. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like
no,
nobody's going to watch us. We're just two stupid fucks.
Well, because I'm running around over in Europe and Eric's in the States. So we were just using it to chat with each other. We might as well make a show out of it.
Now, the best Black Sheep Researcher is another good channel, but hands down, you guys are owning it in the daytime. If people don't know, that's the best channel on YouTube right now. Gypsy Road.
Yeah, and you know, when I was on last night with Charlie from 4BZ Truth, I was on with Charlie and we were talking about, now Eric, I noticed that your show, you guys don't really touch the like conspiracy stuff. And I told them, I don't want to, because we want to be the outlet for people to come here to get away from that. We're going to talk about ghosts. We're going to talk about Bigfoot. We're going to talk about UFOs. We're going to talk about Bob eating bananas, on air. And what he does with that bananas, I can't tell, because Bob, people are still emailing me saying, Eric, do you ever find out what happened to that banana that Bob had on that one show?
Yeah.
Again.
Well, when they talk about like the Mandela things and all other, I worked in 3 different museums. I could tell you anything and everything. I don't sit there and have a whole premise of the thing. I can sit here and just tell you guys, this is what I think is a change. Why, man? Not everyone's there. Not everyone wants to hear that shit. People want to hear everything. They want to hear philosophy. Want to hear things that they can relate with. Not everyone's seeing everything the same. Some people are just, their gifts are, they can tell bullshit when they smell bullshit. That's what God gave them. Some people just see numbers. That's what God gave them. Some people can see things that are just not correct. That's what God gave them. Yeah, who gives a fuck about Curious George's tale? Everybody has their gift. You can see it. What you see is what you are. And so we want to bring that in here. Whatever your talent is, man. Everybody's a super fucking hero. I want to hear what your magic powers are.
That's true.
You don't need to be in a camp for that.
No.
What's your magic powers as an existentialist, which means you're by yourself?
I do want to do a show sometime next week with Paul from the Black Sheep Researcher, because I do want to bring back the 5G topic. Because
Eric's 5G.
Because for me, 5G is not a total conspiracy. It's a total fraud on 5G. It's a total fraud, and not all of it. Not all of it. But total fraud. And I would love to do another 5G show, but I wanted to do it with Paul, because I wanted to hear a real person's perspective on what he thinks about 5G.
Again, not everything, but there are some things that Eric and I both talked about. There are certain, we're going to go into it later on, but there are like high EMFs, electrical magnetic frequencies in homes and certain places. There is that we've talked about, but there's a lot of lies about it too. It's a lot of lies.
And people are like, Eric, you don't know none of this. Well, guys, I used to work for a cable company. We installed fiber to all the 4G towers. So I know a little bit about the 4Gs and 5Gs and what's going on, because I just don't read about it. We installed the fiber to the fucking tower. I mean, if that's not good enough for you guys, then I don't know what is. Man, I don't know.
But I'm going to. My best friend, Chuck, who died, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. He had sarcoma on it. And wow. But he was a disc installer. He used for, I shouldn't say, but they didn't point the discs into the sky. They pointed the discs in a direction so they would pick up a frequency.
Oh, probably towards the towers. The same thing somebody else talked about over here in England. They're not pointed up. They're pointed in a different direction. I was always like, why aren't they pointed up? And somebody else that's like-minded like ourselves in England, I trust, made a video about how the dishes are not pointed up. I go, that's fucking weird.
That's a great topic, and that's something that maybe we get Paul on, and we could talk about it with the 5G, because I did work, not for a long time, but I did work a few months with DirecTV, and there's certain areas that a dish does not get a good signal from wherever it's supposed to go. So they would point it to a tower to bounce it off to another tower to get a better signal on where it's supposed to be coming from. The theory is it's not really coming from space. It's really coming like from a cable company, like a fiber, like a signal. So it's going from a satellite into a tower, which makes sense if you try to get faster service, because the idea of us going to space, everything is slower. Changing the channel is slower. But if you go from tower to fiber, it's a lot faster. So that's a good one you brought up, Ben. That'd be a good one to come up with Paul and talk about.
Did I say one more? There
are
electrical units that run across the ocean line. If anybody ever wanted to prove that the Earth was flat or whatever, that there are the Navy, this is going to get me killed, but the Navy runs the lines across the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, there's fiber in the ocean.
Fiber optics all run through the ocean on a straight line.
But dude, that's not a conspiracy. There's fiber that goes from one end to the other end. I mean,
there's a tunnel underwater here.
Is it now from the fucking guys?
There's a tunnel that goes from England to France underwater.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well, guys,
you're awesome. I love you, buddy.
So beyond that, guys, we're going to end today's show. I'm sorry that our guest couldn't make it. I don't know what happened. I'll find out. Maybe get him later. And then Wednesday, we're talking Bigfoot. So beyond that, I'll say goodbye and see everybody later. Have a good day.